Hey Sagittarius, we have a very powerful full moon lunar eclipse happening in Pisces, which is your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you. It is the foundation of your life. What does this mean? We're going to talk astrology, dive in with the tarot, and figure out what's going on. So keep watching. So Sagittarius, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Awesome to see you here. So Sagittarius, this is an important lunar eclipse for you. I mean, we are talking about the foundation of your life, right? You know, where you're living, your home, family issues. Full moon lunar eclipses bring changes. They often bring closure, endings, regrouping, rethinking. Full moons bring illumination, but eclipses bring elimination usually. This full moon is conjunct Neptune, so it is really highlighting places where there maybe has been some delusional things going on. Maybe there's been some wishful thinking, perhaps. That's the more negative connotation of Neptune, which is, you know, delusions, illusions, etc. The more positive would be spirituality and creativity and things like that. So always apply the energies to your life and what is going on. But probably what this eclipse is doing is showing you where there are cracks in the foundation, or where there have been cracks that you've been trying to fix. And this could be the point where you're finally fixing a problem. You're letting something go because you've got it figured out. But it could also be that a very important crack in the foundation, so to speak, is being illuminated so you can finally address it. Maybe you've been putting it off, right? That's the Neptune avoidance. Maybe you've been putting it off. But this full moon lunar eclipse will put it right in your face. Like, you can't just forget it. You got to fix it. So you might want to cast your mind back to September 2016, when we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, very close to the same degree. Back then, it was at 24 degrees. This time around, it's at 25 degrees. So it's very similar part of the sky where the eclipse is happening. It doesn't mean that the energies will repeat exactly, but there could be an energetic thread or theme reverberating or connecting back to September 2016. And lunar eclipses are often associated with the feminine, the female. So there could be a change in something going on within the family with a sister, a mother, an aunt, a female child. That's possible. A change within them, maybe a change where they're living, a change with their situation of some kind, whatever you have going on, or whatever they have going on. It is possible, again, depending on your personal situation, that something going on with a female close to you, health-wise, may be coming into the light, again, to fix it. Now, Saturn is still in Pisces, again, fourth house for you. It's retrograde. It's at 15 degrees. The eclipse is happening at 25. Some astrologers take what's called a 10-degree orb, which is the distance between the planets. I like it to be a little closer, but if there has been something that you have been neglecting, if you've been, like I said, putting it off, Saturn is about duties and responsibilities. Saturn is about time. There could be something in terms of, I'm getting like a little buzz right now about time payments, or putting off something that you were supposed to pay. There could be something kind of coming back around that, especially in terms of your home. So like if you've been trying to, do something with your mortgage, or, whatever you have going on in terms of what you're paying for your home, or a home related item, like paying off a credit card balance where you bought maybe furniture on credit, or, something like that. Modern life. I mean, this is what we all deal with. There could be something coming to your attention about that, like that needs to be dealt with and finally paid off. You could be paying something off that is home related at this time. That is possible. But Saturn retrograde could also be making you aware of your finances, where you need to cut back or figure things out with some sort of financial payments for your home life, or something that your family needs. Now, again, I really want to emphasize, this does not need to be a negative. This is just something that's bringing a change, and it can be a change for the better. especially if we don't run away from problems and we face them, which, you know, is always the choice we have with a Neptune energy. But I think the fact that it's an eclipse, it'll be like front and center. You'll be hard pressed to ignore whatever is going on, even if you ignored it before. Again, that's only human nature sometimes, to ignore things. It's not personal to you. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what you need to know. We're going to start with this Oracle deck. One of my favorites of recent times. I'll leave a link to it in the description in case you're interested in it. I like it because it's like two sides of the same coin type energy. All right, let's see what we got. So it makes you think about things like on the flip side, which I like. All right, what do we got? What does this say? We have apologizing and grudge. Oh, that's interesting. And the number 15. So very interesting. You could be waiting for somebody to apologize. Are you letting go of a grudge? So what are you letting go of at this full moon? Again, that's the full moon lunar eclipse. In regards to home and family, right? If you have a very problematic family association, I'm thinking of one Sag I know in particular who does, with a sister-in-law. Maybe, you know, there's something going on here where it's the fork in the road, like no apologizing is going to fix it. Holding a grudge, though, is not a good idea energetically for you either. So they're, you know, interesting that this is coming up. Now, I'm going to say this again, you know, I love you guys. It's nothing personal, but Sag, a lot of the time, you know, you do think that you're right all of the time. Now, you are often right. That is very true because you're very smart, very philosophical, and you have great opinions, and you are often right, but you're not 100% right. Okay? Nobody is, but you think you are. Okay? So I'm saying that with love. So there could be something going on here where do you need to apologize? You don't need to do anything. I mean, you may decide, you know what, I really don't care. I'm right and whatever, and I'm not going to apologize. But if they hold a grudge back or whatever, then don't expect they're going to be your BFF the next day either. You know, I mean, that's sometimes the thing too, like all fire signs to a certain extent, but especially Sag, because you are the truth teller, right? It's like you tell somebody your opinions and your truth and you really believe in it because that's your energy, right? But then you think like the next day, everybody's going to still be kumbaya when, you know, maybe they're really not on board with what you said. Okay, so just take all of that into consideration. I'm not saying that you should apologize. I'm not saying you should do anything, especially if there's been grievous behavior. You know, somebody's been really a jerky face to you. Why, you know, what are you going to apologize for? But by the same token, if you're waiting for somebody to apologize to you, you may have, you know, a long wait. And this full moon lunar eclipse may make you realize that with that hope that you still had, the Neptune, right? Which could be delusional, that this person would ever own their part in some sort of problem within the family. They're not gonna. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say, but that may be some themes you're dealing with. And sometimes people don't apologize with words, they apologize with actions. So also remember that. Would you accept a goodwill gesture if it was sincere? Or would you be like, no, they need to tell me to my face that they're sorry. Oh my God, Sag, I love you guys. All right, we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, and a Two of Swords. So there has been energy that's been unbalanced. It could have been that somebody was getting more attention or more favor. Somebody was the favorite. Somebody was the less than favorite. So, you know, family dynamics. Doesn't matter if you're 50 or 15, right? Those dynamics go on our whole lives. Two of Swords, unless people are really, you know, raising their consciousness and understanding family dynamics in the family of origin, and that's very rare. Three of Wands in your heart is a strength. And the Page of Swords. I think you are the bigger person here. I really do. With this Three of Wands in your heart. But there has been something with this Two of Swords that you haven't wanted to look at with this. And maybe you haven't wanted to really look at how unfair the situation has been or unbalanced. You've gotten the short end of the stick in something within the family, more than likely. I think this is more family oriented than perhaps something to do with, money, although that could still be an issue. But these cards to me are highlighting more of a family dynamic. So, that's what I feel. That's what I feel. You've been ignoring it. I mean, you know what? I mean, it could be, it's the Pentacles here. It could be too that you've been trying to pay something off. Like I said, for the family, for the home, it's been dribs and drabs. It hasn't been like the full amount of what you really probably should have been paying or needed to pay. You've been kind of ignoring it, hoping for the best. It could be that there's a new hope on the horizon here that's coming in, that's been being highlighted here with this Leo energy. You could be getting some sort of news. I think it will be good because of the Three of Wands and this strength here, that there is an opportunity for you to pay this off and fix this problem. Okay, it could be. I mean, there could be some interesting news of a refinance, or something where maybe you paid more than you thought you paid, even though you've been paying in kind of little increments. So you could get a statement that's like the balance is a lot less than you thought it was, or, something like that. There could be happening here. But if this is an energetic dynamic in the family, like we're saying with this apologizing and grudge, I think that you need to make a conscious decision. Well, you don't need to do anything, but I would suggest with the Three of Wands in your heart that you're ready to just, look to greener pastures. You need to kind of maybe step outside yourself with this Three of Wands, look beyond the immediate of what's going on. You are already strong and beautiful and wonderful. You are the strong one. I mean, that's the thing that's coming out here. You are the strong one and can make the decision, Page of Swords, to understand where perhaps some childish behavior is coming from, especially with people sniping and saying things, and just, either remove yourself from it or rise above it, putting it into some sort of perspective for yourself. And having the patience, that's the other thing, the strength, having the patience to do that, and not just say things because your inner child is feeling upset or whatever. I had a Sagittarius who is really a lovely person who I know, who said to me, not too recently, we were discussing something, and she said, God, I don't know how you didn't say anything at that moment when you were so upset. And I said, I really made a conscious choice to just walk away, because I knew if I opened my mouth, my Aries side at that moment, because I was being very Aries at that moment. So I was mad. And also Mars and Leo, I was getting a little dramatic. And I'm like, if I don't leave now, I will say things that are not nice. And I don't want that right now. So there was a lot of self-control. I thank my Capricorn and Scorpio in my chart for that. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you here with this. It's and my Sagittarius friend was like, oh my God, I couldn't have done that. I just would have said something. I'm like, okay. But then she was like, I realized that's kind of something I got to work on. And she's such a sweetheart. Such a nice woman. Really, really love her. But that's what I feel like is going on here with this strength and this, and it's really about training your focus, which can be hard to do if you're in some sort of situation where you're getting angry. I totally understand. But I feel like this is something that's been going on for a while. This again has roots into probably 2016. Maybe somebody new came into the family around then, or a family dynamic was upset in some way that caused some issues, that started presenting themselves in somebody thinking that somebody else was getting a better deal or more attention or whatever in the family. It may have something to do with money. Like maybe the parents like gave you money and didn't give the other kid money, or, you know, I mean, who knows? You know, there's always those kind of crazy dynamics in a family. But this has been brewing, Two of Swords. But that's the thing. I mean, you see her, she's focusing here on the ship. Change your focus within your heart. Change your focus to patience and back to yourself and what you can control and what you can do, and watch your mouth. Page of Swords, and also just move along in a different direction. All right. And again, don't apologize if you didn't do any, if you sincerely, and you know, you are very truthful with yourself. If you sincerely did not do anything wrong, why are you going into apology mode? Don't hold the grudge though either, because you know you can do that sometimes too. Move along for your own peace, your own peaceful heart. I mean, the Strength card is your own peaceful heart and your own peaceful mind, the Page of Swords. Okay? That's what I feel from this. This eclipse is just really highlighting kind of a point of no return with some sort of dynamic with this in the family. So best of luck to you, Sag, in dealing with this. But thank you so much for watching, Sag. You know I love you guys. If you found the video interesting or valuable, please do consider hitting that thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm recognize my channel and push it out to more people, which is a win-win for me, for you. It's wonderful. I appreciate it if you do that. So thank you so much. And, you know, subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of new exciting videos coming out. I'm trying some new things. Astrology and tarot will always be the main core of this channel, but I'm going to be adding a few other types of videos, and I don't think you're going to want to miss them. I'm trying to expand my creative horizons a little bit. I love to try new things, and, you know, I'd like to share them with you here on the channel. All right. So stay tuned. Love you guys. See you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.